Introduction. It was a tumultuous, turbulent, and terrifying winter for fans of professional baseball in the United States. After their collective bargaining agreement expired and their initial discussions on a new agreement went nowhere, Major League Baseball's owners locked out the Major League Baseball Players Association. This meant that professional baseball players were not allowed to communicate with the professional teams who were employing them, that the players' union represented by today's stars and MLB alumni would have to bargain with the league's owners' lawyers repeatedly for several weeks, and the notion of baseball being played on opening day as previously scheduled was in serious jeopardy. The lockout was enacted on December 2nd, 4 months before opening day, which provided plenty of time to hash out a new agreement. However, the owners' group waited more than 6 weeks to make their first legitimate counterproposal. Finally, after haggling day after day in late February and fighting through 16-hour discussions in early March, the two sides came to an agreement on a new collective bargaining agreement, commonly referred to as a CBA. The 99-day lockout was the longest in the history of the MLB, and it was the first lockout to compromise the start of the regular season, which was pushed back by 2 weeks, and in turn, created an intensified 5-month playing schedule. What caused both sides to have such a difficult time coming to an agreement, and why there was actually a lockout in the first place, is the enormous financial disparity that has come to define the league. Big market teams, like those in Los Angeles and New York, have generated far more revenue than small market teams, like those in Pittsburgh and Tampa Bay in recent decades. The revenue gap has carried over into team payroll, affecting all player pay and teams' ability to contend for a championship. The financial disparity has gotten so extreme that some MLB teams have shifted their focus away from competing. Many MLB teams have signed up for disastrous long-term player agreements. An increasing number of MLB teams have diminished their own marketability, and several MLB teams have delayed the promotion of their best prospects. The newest CBA, which dictates seasons 2022 through 2026, included reforms to try to prevent these occurrences, such as an expanded postseason, increased competitive balance tax thresholds, a bonus pool for pre-arbitration players, and bonuses for top-performing rookies. But notably, the CBA did not address the players yet to reach the major leagues and that segment of financial disparity in the game. It's important to understand that their CBAs do not resolve all the issues right when they are implemented. The league can only hope its components actually put them on a path towards improving in the long haul. As of 2022, MLB is in a much worse position than some of their counterpart leagues, namely the NFL and the NBA, who both don't have an overarching problem of economics and thus have had very little issue developing new CBAs. The purpose of this extensive research project was to investigate how MLB's unique financial disparity has fundamentally hindered their growth in direct comparison to their counterparts. And you will find over the course of several decades and its five main detriments how the league has put themselves in a tremendous hole, and why the recent collective bargaining agreement still contains problematic implications.